Cubs top pitching prospect and really a difference maker, Cade Horton. Cubs convention says he's ready to go, and that's good news for the Cubs. We're going to talk about what Cade Horton could bring to the table. What happened to Cade Horton? We'll get into that as well. John Morosi says that the Cubs made a pretty big offer to Tanner Scott, but he ended up going to the Dodgers, and the Cubs signed Trevor Richards to a minor league deal, another guy that they hope maybe can make the team in the bullpen. So we're going to get into all that right here on the Cubs Baseball channel. Like, subscribe, thumbs up. Thanks for being here, guys. Show's brought to you by DraftKings. Let's roll. What do you say, everybody? Mick Gillespie, thank you for being here on the show. At Broadcaster Mick on the socials, and it is always great to talk Cubs baseball with you guys and get things going. Hot stove season rolling on, and I feel like we got some stuff to talk about here. And I want to start with, it's really I don't even know if, remember the old Clint Eastwood movie, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly? I don't know if this is good, bad, and ugly, but it is some stuff that would kind of lead you down that. So let's start with the good. And the good is that Cade Horton is ready to return. Now, Cade Horton is, to me, one of the Cubs' best pitching prospects that they've had in years. And I expected him to get to the major leagues last season and be an impact pitcher for the Cubs. But there was an issue that cost him the season. He had a grade 2 strain of the muscle behind his right shoulder, and that ended up shutting him down for the pretty much the entire season. I mean, he pitched a little bit at the beginning of the year, made a couple of starts in Double-A, then went to Triple-A, and when he was in Triple-A, he didn't do as well as he did in Double-A. As a matter of fact, he was dominant in Double-A, a 1.65 ERA, 18 strikeouts, and 16 in the third innings. It's time to get the call up. 5 starts for the Iowa Cubs last year. He had a 7.50 ERA. And an 11 walks in 18 innings, and then they shut him down with the injury. So this guy is really, really important to the Cubs' future. And you don't, when you're talking about the 23-year-old third prospect, according to MLB Pipeline in the Cubs system, 42nd prospect overall, and the only reason that he's that far down is because he was injured last year, and that season ended abruptly for him, right? And we kept wondering if he was going to get back, but this is the pitcher that I've said to you guys that the Cubs need to keep in bubble wrap. This is the most important arm that they have, and as a minor league pitcher, right-hander, 2.65 ERA, and 117 strikeouts in 88 innings. And this is a guy that could come to camp and compete for a spot in the Cubs opening day roster. Now, I don't know that means that he would be a starter. The Cubs have so many different starters, but I feel like, and I've said this before, and I know some of you guys aren't going to like hearing this, but to me, he's the top prospect that the Cubs have had pitching wise since the days of Kerry Wood and Mark Pryor. Now, he's got to go and deliver that. So when I say that, I'm saying that, well, for him to fulfill the talent that he has, the former Oklahoma quarterback and baseball pitcher, great athlete, is just going to have to continue to have success. And, we'll see what happens there. But he's back. He's going to be in spring training doing light tossing. He'll be ready to go when pitchers and catchers report. And if he comes in and has a great spring, I know that he'll most likely start the season in Iowa, but this is someone to keep an eye on. This, to me, is the most important prospect that the Cubs have, because he's got the ability to be at the top of the rotation. He's a guy who you could throw, if he does what we think he's capable of doing, him in there with Justin Steele and Shota Imanaga. So keep that in mind as we move forward. We'll keep watching him, but I'm a big fan of his. Now, I got to say this before we get to the bad and the ugly on the show, is that the NFL playoffs were so much fun to watch. And I know the Bears got a new coach and people are happy about that, but we're brought to you by DraftKings. And Well, I kind of feel like we need to talk a little bit about. We've got just a few games left this season with 8 teams battling it out to make the conference championships. Get in on the action right now with my partners at DraftKings Sportsbook. They are offering all new customers $200 in bonus bets instantly after betting just $5. Don't let this slip away. Download the DraftKings app now and sign up using our promo code CBC. The crown is yours. Stay in on all the action and use your $200 in bonus bets on DraftKings same-game parlays for a shot at even bigger payouts. Combine multiple bets together from the same game. Love the thrill of live betting? DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on in-progress games right as they happen, making watching the game that much more exciting. If sports betting is not available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have a shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use my promo code CBC and bet $5, just $5 on any wager, and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code CBC only at DraftKings Sportsbook. All right, we'll see who makes it to the big game, Super Bowl 59. That's coming up, so we'll be keeping an eye on that. Down to 4 teams now. All right, guys. John Morosi has put this out that the Cubs offered Tanner Scott 4 years, $66 million, and they said that Scott had his Dodgers offer open for a while, and then the Cubs came in late at 4, and he got pretty close to $80 million, right? So the Cubs made a big offer, but it wasn't enough to bring in the best left-handed reliever on the market, and the Dodgers end up with another big-time pitcher. So a lot of people are wondering, and I guess this is the bad, right? Are you seriously wanting to make a deal like this? He ended up signing with the Dodgers 4 years, $72 million. Or did the Cubs not know that they were going to have to come up to from 66 to 72 to get Scott? And according to, the reports, it was that the Cubs kind of got in. They were offering 3, then they went to 4. And, and that Jed Hoyer wasn't willing to go over 66 million, 4 years, $66 million. Look, that's a lot of money for a reliever, right? But to the Dodgers, it's nothing. And to the Cubs, Tom Ricketts talked about it at Cubs convention, and basically explained, ownership side of what doing all this is and spending the money and how all that works. And I want to do another show where I talk about that, because I think that, when Catfish was on, he was pretty upset. I know a lot of you guys are as well. I'm not taking a side on it, but I can tell you why he's saying that they're breaking even. But look at the Dodgers. They are becoming Major League Baseball's international brand. They're investing back into their organization. If they continue to win and they're the cool place to go, this could be a franchise that is very profitable. And I know they got the TV network. And there's always excuses about why, the Cubs network doesn't match theirs. And, this didn't happen in the timing and we didn't get this and that. Look, at the end of the day, the Dodgers have it all lined out. They got Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts. They got Yamamoto. They got Sasaki. I mean, they got, every time you turn around, they're signing someone else. So now they got Tanner Scott to go with it. And for the Cubs, and I think this is if Cade Horton was the good, then this is the bad, right? Because if you're going in, go in and get them. Don't go in and come up short, right? This is a big piece. And so, we'll see. Now, the ugly is that you didn't get Tanner Scott, but you did get Trevor Richards, right? And Trevor Richards is, let me put his numbers up there. Far from dominant, but the 31-year-old, a 4.55 ERA, signed a minor league deal. He'll go to spring training and try to get on the team. And, maybe he'll be able to pull that off. Last year between the Blue Jays and the Twins. And it feels like the Cubs are trying to go out and do that same thing again, where they find, like a diamond in the rough. And this guy has really, it's really funny when you talk about some of the pitches he throws. He's down to last year threw a ton of changeups and a ton of four-seamers and 3 splitters last year for the season, right? There's been a knuckle curve that he's thrown back in 2021, a sinker that he threw for a while, so maybe the Cubs look at him. He's had a curveball in the past and they say, hey, you know what? Maybe they saw something in the past on one of these other pitches. He hasn't thrown a whole bunch, but has experimented with four-seam fastball, changeup, curveball, slider, and cutter are the pitches that he's predominantly thrown as a reliever. And so, for him, right-handed pitcher, 6'2", 205 pounds. He signs as a, maybe like a AAA type guy, goes to camp. Maybe he finds a way to make the team, or he's depth out in the bullpen. So anyway, good, bad, ugly today as we talk about the Cubs. But Cubs convention, great success. Still kind of reveling in Sammy and watching the Sammy videos, and we all have our opinion on Sammy, but it was great to see him back there again and things rocking. Cubs fans are the best. All right, guys, like, subscribe, thumbs up, get in the comment section, share with your Cubs friends, and thank you for being part of the show today. I've read your opinions, and poor management with the Cubs is not very popular right now, and I can see why. Cubs better do something. Go Cubs.